Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, the 18th of July, 2017. Hope you had a good trading session. We opened flat, didn't do much, but the S&P literally down 0.13, and the NDX, that's not percent, that's points, and the NDX up 1. So it couldn't have been any less interesting, one of the most narrow range days. ES never even touched a level for our futures traders. You know what that means, as we stayed inside the value area, but never touched pivot, break level, nothing. 6 points of range. We'll look at that in a few minutes. A couple things I wanted to show you, but let's go through some of the major indices first. So we've got crude oil down 2 cents to 46. Obviously, also a blip. Gold up $4.40. S&P cash, like I said, down 0.13. 9 bars up. Actually, we're 9 bars up on the count here towards a new seek or sell signal. That'll be the 13 when we get there. NDX, NASDAQ 100. Like I said, up a whole point. Ooh. Stocks. Semiconductor index up 4. Biotech's down 12. I'm sorry, stocks was down 4. Biotechs were down 12. VIX back up 31 cents. This only closes it at 9.82. Trend closes at 0.96. That puts the 10-day at 1.06. Now here's what's interesting. I want to show you guys something. Here's NASDAQ volume, 1.56 billion shares. You can see where that dot is. I'm going to slide this back. I did this in the lab during the day. Slide this back, and I'm going to put the center of the chart basically on last year's July trading. And if you look in the middle of July, you can see basically 4 days that were on a decline to really the lows of July last year. All of them under. The first day was at 1.5, and then each day after that goes a little bit lower. That's this week, last year. Options expiration week in July. And then the Friday ticks up a little bit and gets to 1.51 billion because that was actually options expiration volume, which is crazy. So there really wasn't much to it. This is, probably going to be a very similar scenario. This is the options expiration week in July. Is usually a very light week volume-wise. So unless, light volume doesn't mean you can't get movement if there's some action and there's just not a lot of buyers or sellers one way or the other. So a few amount in one direction will push the price. But if nobody's doing anything, then you're dead. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 107. So basically even. Advanced decline ratio on the New York plus 355. Google lost 95 cents. Apple gained 52 cents. Amazon, why not, up $8.23. That's probably why the NASDAQ gained a point when there were more stocks, or the stocks and the biotechs were down. Netflix up 58 cents. Tesla down 8.21. TLT down up 34 cents. Goldman Sachs up 66 cents. And the Dow Jones lost 8 points. Who cares about the Dow? All right, let's take a look at the intro day action. So we'll switch this back to 5-minute charts on the ES. You can see, look at how narrow that is. So Friday, we moved up pretty well, and we got that 13 sell signal late in the day. What's funny is that 13 sell signal, and then we sold off in the last few minutes and after in the aftermarket. And then look at the pink line. That's the risk line from the 13 sell signal. That's the high on Monday to the tick. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, it's a 6-point range high to low on the ES for the day on Monday. NASDAQ side, a little weaker, started out flat, went up, came back, and then just dead flat for the next several hours. Almost untradeable, or as Rich said in the lab, there's boring, and then there's this. All right, in terms of economic data, tomorrow on Tuesday, we've got import-export prices an hour before the bell, NAHB housing market index at 10 a.m. Eastern, and net long-term tick flows at 4 p.m. That is it. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Tuesday.